Hi everyone. Today I'm going to do a reading on September energy, which is all about sowing the seeds for a new beginning. So each month I do a title for the theme of the month, and this month was called Sowing the Seeds of New Beginnings. As you can see, lots of things are happening in the world, and maybe, you know, even personally, where you have new beginnings happening in your own life. Kids are going back to school, governments are changing, economies are collapsing. Definitely a sense of a new beginning. So I just wanted to do a reading today to understand what's going on. So I'm going to be using the Enchanted Map Energy Oracle. So let's just pull the cards and see what comes out. So September energy, please, Spirit. September 2022. You may also have been having dreams, vivid dreams about things. So let's see what is going to come out. Okay, so the bottom of the deck we have Magic Stream. That's those two cards there. This is the Dragon Oracle deck by Diana Cooper. She is a very well-known angel therapist. So this one and this one. And on the bottom of the deck, Dark Blue Galactic Dragon. Nice. Very, very nice. Helps you listen to the voice of the universe. Ignite the codes of your master blueprint. Access cosmic wisdom and enter higher service. Very, very nice. I also like the artwork in this as well, because I've recently been doing acrylic pouring, and this is very inspirational for how to add and embellish my acrylic pours, and also looking at the colour palettes for these. So everything is inspirational. And this is the Sacred Traveller by Denise Linn. And let's see what comes up for September in terms of the direction of energy. Okay, so just one. Bottom of the deck here is we have the Narrow Pathway. Tread thoughtfully. Okay, so that's the underlying theme. Tread thoughtfully. And we have the Dragon. Then we have the Magic Stream. Okay, and then the last deck we're using is the Energy Oracle deck by Sandra Ann Taylor, which is a favourite deck of mine. So let's just see what comes out. Okay, one card. Then we have the Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, which is the bottom of the deck. It's a beautiful deck, beautiful card with rainbow colours in there. So what I'll do is we'll look at the card and then I shall tell the story. So we've got Peaks of Joy, that's the first card. Then we've got Education, okay. Then with the Dragon cards we've got the Crystal Yellow Dragon, opens to the higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. And the silver dragon, we've got illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul and see the higher possibilities. We've then got wise leader. You are a beacon for others. And then we have the 9, which is the broken heart. And this is symbolic of wounds, perceived wounds, actual wounds that need to be healed. Okay, so let's look at the story. Hope you can see these. I know it's much better for you to see the cards straight on. So we got 2 of those, 2 dragons, and 1 each of those. Okay, so the sowing the seeds of new beginnings, right? Peaks of joy is all about finding that sense of adventure within yourself, or even asking the questions, what is going to bring my highest joy? What am I not focusing on that will inspire me and bring me to this sort of higher level of energy, of feeling ecstasy or just excitement, and you know, that sowing the seeds of what can I grow, what can I build. So then we've got the education card, which is all about seeing things from this perspective of education. So even if you are having difficulties, the moon here having things revealed, see it in a way that is educational. What's the lesson that you're learning, or that it's teaching you? Also the idea that people sowing the seeds of new beginnings, they're going to courses, they're starting up new trainings, and going back to college, and being inspired to change their direction. A lot of people have given up, you know, or left or resigned their jobs. I believe it's called the Great Resignation. And so people are beginning to rethink the direction in which they want to go. And this beautiful bird here is very, very pure white. And it's like, you know, use that direction, the one that helps you follow your heart, the one that inspires you. Take the path that brings you, when you think about it, these peaks of joy. And I was listening to Brian Scott on his video talking about the Transurfing Reality. He was reading a chapter from that, and really it was all about how you get to that space of recognizing in your heart what is good for you, what is going to bring you joy. And literally that's also what I do in my coaching, is if people come to me with options, say I don't know what to do, I have them go through the options, and then whichever one sparks their heart is the one to go with. So in terms of creating a new beginning, it is about checking in with your higher self, which is the heart. It is the one that knows, and it is the one that gives you the clues as to what's going to bring you the joy and what's not. So if you think of something and it brings you a heavy feeling, that's not the path. That's not the path to go. That's your mind saying you should, you should, you should. What you want to go for is this adventure of, I don't know where this is going, but the heart is taking me again through this door to follow my heart. And again, you've got this peaceful dove here. So really nice. And then, I mean, I say it's really nice, it sounds easy, but it's not easy to do. This could mean like huge change, could mean like giving up something that you've put a lot of investment in or a lot of time in. But if you're going to trust your heart as opposed to your ego mind, then that's, you know, that's what you've got to take into consideration. So this dragon here is the crystal yellow dragon. And that is, it says, opens you to higher learning and wisdom. Expand your crown chakra for illumination. Walk the higher spiritual path. So yeah, what is the higher spiritual path? It's kind of going into the unknown. It's trusting in your wisdom, in your higher heart. Because this is pink, this is the higher heart. And the silver dragon is illuminates your potential with the higher light. So your potential will be illuminated by this trusting in the higher path. And you become the wise leader, or the wise leader is the one that's taking you towards that flame. It's the heart, it's the intuition, it's the inner knowing that this is what I need to be doing. So it's following that path of joy through the emotional body of the heart intelligence and allowing your mind to take a back seat, but also be the executive in terms of executing the instructions from the heart. And that takes a lot of trust and faith. Obviously, the Fool card in the tarot deck is the indicator of that leap of faith that you take. And then you've got this heart here. If you want to end the feelings of not being fulfilled, not being enough, not being loved, etc., it's all about turning that into ways to learn to see it from a higher perspective so that you can transform and transmute these energies. You know, take up the weeds. If we're talking about metaphors of planting new seeds, for sowing the seeds of new growth, it's all about overturning the earth, uprooting what's not needed, filling that space with new fertilizer soil so that you can plant new seeds. And all of that is about taking decisions that are ultimately you're going to choose what's not needed anymore. How do I want my new garden to look? What seeds do I need? What conditions do they need? And all of these will be helped and guided by these entities, the wise leader, the dragon energy, and your own self, seeing things from a higher perspective and getting yourself in touch with the magic stream of wisdom and knowledge. And again, there's that beautiful bird heron again in that image. So the narrow pathway in the bottom of the deck here is tread thoughtfully. So even though, you know, thoughts come through, this is what Brian Scott's video was saying, thoughts come through as energetic forms. Therefore, the thoughts that come through into your, let's say, biosphere, will have an emotional charge or energy or feeling, and that's why checking in with the body and noticing, does it bring me joy when I think about it, or does it bring me a heavy, nah, I don't want to do that sort of feeling. And so you have to take those seriously so that you can find your way through the fog and land on firm ground, even though that firm ground might feel like it's, you know, this sort of ladder here. This is a bridge, you know, like a sort of one of those floaty bridges above, and it's staying on the high bridge is the idea of connecting with your heart, because as soon as you don't trust, you fall through into the fog and I don't knows, and there's mountains are high and you just don't know. Whereas when you take the high, you know, spiritual, emotional, yes, this brings me joy thought, that thought form will lift you above the clouds, you see, and take you higher. And also 33 is the angels will be surrounding you as well. So they will be guiding you in terms of the energetic messages that come through, the pure energy that comes through. So September, if you're into and you want to grow and plant new seeds for new beginnings, you really need to approach it from this different perspective. And I don't know how far you are in terms of your awakening, but if you are wobbling and not trusting your intuition, not trusting those innate messages that come, then this is what, you know, you need to get down first, because there are many of us now that are totally in this space and totally don't work from any other space. We have learned to take decisions that are difficult, but that are guided by our inner resonance for divine guidance. So, and the more you do it, the easier it gets. And so, Peaks of Joy, funny enough, this was my very first fluid art that I did. I do a process where I set the intention for joy, and any paint left over, I put it onto a pebble or a stone, and I varnish this one. But this is the colour palette of joy here, and it's lovely and smooth. And I live near the beach, so when I walk along the beach, the smooth stones seem to pop out at me, and I pick them up no matter how small or big. Well, obviously if they're huge I don't, but they're generally about this size or a little bit bigger, and I just flow the colours onto the stone and then use a straw to just what's called blow them out, blow the colours through each other, and it's beautiful. And then I make an affirmation for that painting, and the affirmation for joy here is: I nurture my divine soul, who interconnects with threads of new templates of source love, to still my mind and surrender into bliss. So it is. Amen. So if you want to recite that affirmation, which will help you get into that joy state, but also bring it into the heart, not just in the mind, not just saying it, but really feeling these peaks of joy when you think about it. So the strategy might be, you think of something you want to do, it brings you that spark of excitement, you recite the affirmation whilst in that state of joy, and then just allow the universe to bring those prompts through. But the idea is that you are setting your intention to go towards the direction of joy, rather than having to grapple and fight with, why me? Why is it always me? Woe is me. You can change the direction and become a wise leader. And Jodie Spencer once said, wisdom is memory without charge. This is why the wisdom aspect comes through, because you become wiser and educate yourself as to how to manipulate and how to manage your own energy. So that is my reading for today, for September. I do hope it helps you, but it really is all about following your joy, even though things don't seem like it. If you allow the media and the news and everything and people that don't have that direction to bring you down, you'll just stay in this energy. And you want to end that by consciously and deliberately choosing your thoughts, choosing your direction now. We can no longer be complacent about what it is we need to achieve. So begin your journey of learning in terms of creating a reality, changing your thoughts, making decisions to choose the higher path. And this is where we're going now. Even organizations will be going in this direction. We might not see that yet, but the ones that don't will not survive. So people like Gary Vee, who is, pushing this message of kindness and giving, and, he's really teaching, A Course in Miracles, not that he probably knows it, but he's teaching about, giving and caring about his staff and what they want to achieve. He's caring about their wise leader. Okay, that's the message. I don't know, I've never worked for him, but there was an interview the other day with somebody who had worked for him, who was his responsible for watching all those wonderful videos that we were watching at the time, before COVID. And yeah, this was his view, that through working with Gary Vee, he learned to be kind. He learned to work in an organisation from a place of kindness. So the old paradigm of, the bully boss, you're working for me, so you better, get down, give me 5 or 10 or whatever it is. That whole energy is now going to be, is going to fade away, and we're moving towards this energy of filling our passion and going towards what our heart wants to bring us joy. So it may not feel like it at the moment, but it will be something to start to get your thoughts around, because this will be the energy of the new 5D Earth that we're moving into. And you will feel it. You will feel if an organisation is not right for you, or something's not right for you. And this is what this practice is all about, is saying, no, I'm not quite sure about that. No, that doesn't feel right. And then immediately making that choice to say, no, there's something better for me. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. And namaste. Have a great day. See you in the next one. Bye for now.